Hi everyone, and welcome to the next video of this Would You Rather application series at YouTube. Today we are just going to go over the mockups for the application, name our components, and build the basic components just to show, to have them built. So now I just will put myself in the bottom right corner and show you the Kanban board. Okay, let's go. So we are going just go to create our app mockup. I'm just not going to spend time on creating it. I'm just going to show you some screenshots of the final application or so, because I just want to show you, okay, how it should look, or the approach how it should look, and think about the components we're going to build, how to name our components, and build those components in our Visual Studio Code. We move to the screen where I have these mockups. So now that we are now in these slides, I will show you the screens. So the first one we're going to cover is the login view. Okay, we are going to show the mockups in the same, or the screenshots of the application in the same order we are going to build them. This is the first view. Okay, as you can see, we have here what would be the logo of the website. We are keeping the design very small. I didn't go to add any typography or fonts and this stuff. I just want to focus on React and Redux. We have the navbar, of course, but this would be the login view. Because we are faking the login, we just need to show a drop down with the users, with the 3 default users. So that would be here. They will be displayed once we click on the arrow, and then we will be able to log in. And this is just going to be a normal component. Later, of course, this can be another component, or the button can be another component, but we don't want to split things in components at the beginning. Just when things get very big, or a component gets with a lot of lines of code, or we think that we need to reuse that code or that functionality, we will do that. Okay, so let's jump into the first view. We would see if we log in the application successfully. That view would be the dashboard. And the dashboard, of course, we have now the navbar with the information of the logged in user available. But as you can see, now we have the list of questions, by default the unanswered questions, and this would be the tab to move between the two type of states that a question can have. It can be answered or unanswered. And by default, and we just have here the name of the user who created the question, the avatar of that user, just the title for all the questions would be the text, and here a little highlight of the question. Of course, the button, link, wherever you want to implement to move into the question detail. That would be the dashboard. We are going to call it dashboard. I'm just naming here also the components in these mockups. So we have login, dashboard, that inside of it will show unanswered questions or answered questions. As you can see, the view is the same. We could make differentiations between both type of questions, but at the end we can reuse the same component. So now what we can think here is, okay, we have to build this page that is the dashboard, but we see that coming back and forth, we see that all the items in this list are the same. So what we know here is that we can know for sure that we need to build a subcomponent. So this is nice to have. So I'm going to call it question list item. Okay. New question page. Just a normal form where we have the two inputs to add the two options to that view and the submit button. Nothing fancy. Just that, new question. So that is just a unique component, nothing more to be divided in. We will be using undesign, as I said before in the previous video. So these components will be also components from that library. let's go into the leaderboard. Remember that that would be the ranking from the top 3 users, and it could be shown like this, okay? A trophy, the score, the avatar of the user, name, number of answered questions, number of created questions, and this score would be the sum of those quantities. As you can see, this is also a list or of cards. So here again, once we know that we have this page, this content here, that is leaderboard, we know that we should divide it also in leader card, and that is a proper, I think, a nice name here. We have the leaderboard and leader card. It's a nice name for that component. And as you can see, now we have most of our application done. We just need to go into the question page. Remember that this was the tricky part, where we were showing or a form to answer that question, or a detail page to show the answers of that question. So in this first approach, we just show the question view, or the detail view for a question. I'm going to name it question. For the unanswered questions, and this is just the form, and it's the same as the cards we saw before. You know, the title, the avatar, and here the form inside of it. By first, because we know that the question page should be in the same URL independently, that if you are showing the form or the detail of a question, we need to show 2 different components in the same URL. So for example, the question would be like the container application, the container component that should check what subcomponent side to show to the users. And so this first page or component would be answer question, because what we're doing is answering that question. I think it's a nice name here. And in case where we want to see the details of a view, details of a question, we just go to this answered part. And this is not a very nice design, I know. I just I'm doing this video series in a hurry to try to give all the students that are suffering with not having a mentor on learning Redux, approaching this project, to have a quick place to come to see it. So yeah, we could improve this view a lot, but so, and this is another component that we are just going to show. Okay, what was my vote, the number of votes for each option, and the percentage. So this, in this case, this question was only answered by Alice Thomas, that is the logging user. And as we are going to call that component the question detail, we have the answer question and the question detail that are both children of question. Okay. Now, not found is just a normal not found page, just a picture there or some text, wherever you want. Just put it there, just create that component, and you have available that. That would be most part of it. I think we have covered all our views. Just we didn't cover the navbar because it's shown in all the components I showed you, but we have to take care of it, because we have to show the mobile navbar or menu and the desktop one. So in this case, just let's talk about the nav. And this is the desktop version you saw. Okay, just the 3 options to navigate between pages, and this would be the mobile approach. Okay, just this would be this part, and when we click the hamburger button, we just see this menu. That's it. So now that we've covered the mockups, I recommend you to write them on paper, also use whatever design tool you want to create them. I didn't have to spend much time because I've been seeing this project designed so many times by different students, so I had in my brain and how it should work. But it's very important that you focus, at least on paper, on how you would approach this and write where you will need each information and this stuff. Also, I would try to analyze here what kind of data we're going to manage, but I don't want to make these videos too long. So I just want to show some coding, some analyzing, mixing things up. Yeah. So let's move into our Visual Studio Code editor and begin to build these components. Okay,